Surprise, we're doing another Ashley Poston book.
We had to. We had a long discussion about it. Actually, it wasn't that long, but...
We had a brief discussion about it that basically we were in a time crunch because Abigail is moving into a house. They bought a house.
We bought a house!
And I was like, well, what we could do is just talk about the book you're already reading.
Which is what happened. Which we're not complaining, really. But here we are again. So.
Here we are again, talking about Ashley Poston again, like almost exactly a year after we did The Dead Romantics. It's like pretty close. I think it was August.
I think so too. It was one of our earlier ones. So go back and listen to that episode. We both cry.
Yeah. And friend of the pod, Sophie, our friend Sophie, is currently reading The Dead Romantics.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Is she okay?
No. I asked her about it yesterday and she was like, I cried. I was like, yeah. Yep. So I forced that one on her.
I hope she makes it through.
She has lent me every Sarah J. Maas? I don't even know. The TikTokers say Maas, but that feels weird because there's two A's. Maas feels like it should be Moss.
I would think so.
I don't know.
Someone tell us.
Regardless, you know who I'm talking about, but Sophie lent me all of those books, and I was like, here's The Dead Romantics in return.
Here's 3 feet of books. Here's 1 book.
Exactly. So we're talking about The 7-Year Slip today, which is Ashley Poston's newest book, and this book just really, I love The Dead Romantics so much. Everyone knows this already, but, you know, like, you can't really decide you're all in on an author until you read more than one of their books.
Mm-hmm.
And this book just really like confirmed that I am Ashley Poston's biggest fan.
Yes. This one for me, I think I enjoyed The Dead Romantics more, but that's not to say I did not enjoy this one either.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed. I loved The Dead Romantics. I really, really liked this. I still enjoyed The Dead Romantics more and I prefer it, but this was delightful and like really spiritually similar to the other book we just read, Mrs. Nash's Ashes.
Yes.
Super similar.
Yes. This time another dead old lady.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Oh, I was thinking about the way Ashley Poston writes place.
Mm-hmm.
She's so good at like setting the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Mrs. Nash's Ashes had a lot of that like really good, rich description as well. Like at the funky little bed and breakfast, and like there were parallels in the sort of like writing styles in terms of description and stuff like that for me.
I really liked seeing Ashley Poston write about New York in this book versus Dead Romantics, which is like small town South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really liked reading about New York, a place I've only been to twice and have like no interest in living in. But seeing it from Clementine's perspective as somebody who lives there full time, when she's like talking about her day-to-day life and like dodging the tourists and like where she likes to go, like that was really nice. It was like a change of pace from Dead Romantics, which was a more like quiet, slow setting.
Yeah, we read so many romance novels, so many books in general are set in New York City, and a lot of them can be very like in your face New York City, and this was just like New York City just happens to be the place that this thing is happening in.
Right, which I did really appreciate because I don't need another book about New York.
Exactly. Like I don't need New York City to be a character in the book. It can just be the place that it's happening.
It can just be a city.
Yeah.
As it is.
Yeah, but I really love the way Ashley Poston can set a scene and describe, you know, the inside of the apartment, the inside of even like the inside of the like publisher office that she works at. Like it's just all, and I'm not really one of those people that like really nerds out on like, oh yeah, let's spend some real time describing a place. Usually I'm like, get on with it, but I want Ashley Poston to describe everything in my life.
Describe this office right now, Ashley Poston.
She would be like, it needs to be cleaned. Vacuum the floor, Katey.
This is also the plug for if you have not read Mrs. Nash's Ashes, you absolutely should, and then go listen to our episode about it. I know it wasn't like a super popular release, but We fucking loved it.
It should be.
Yeah. Go read that book. If you're here for 7 Year Slip, as you should be,
Yeah. Listen to this and then go read the other book.
Go read Mrs. Nash's Ashes.
And then go follow Sarah Adler on Instagram because we're besties with her now, apparently.
Oh, yeah. We love her.
Yeah.
Our BFF now.
Our BFF. Yeah, we exchanged some DMs. The first time that we know of that an author has listened to the episode about their book.
Yeah. She sent us some really lovely messages about our episode. And so hopefully we will hear from her soon.
Exactly. Yeah, we're hoping to get her on the pod to talk about Jose Napoleoni's backstory. He apparently has a rich backstory.
This is all we care about.
In her brain. And I want to hear it from her.
She said that it was like a gritty noir film, which I was like, yes.
Like, write that spin-off book, please.
One of my favorite one-off jokes to make occasionally is just making about stupid things that need a gritty reboot. And so Jose Napoleoni's is absolutely one that needs a gritty reboot.
For sure.
Like about.
For sure.
The Last of Us. Jose Napoleoni.
I was just about to say that. Okay. Do we want to read the blurb for 7 Year Slip? Do you want to do it or do you want me to?
I can read the blurb. Okay. So this is the blurb for 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston, which, are we still saying that right?
No idea.
Great.
Poston? Poston feels most right.
Yes. We need to find that YouTuber who just reads names, but I doubt they've made it to this side of contemporary.
Maybe.
Anyway. Sometimes the worst day of your life happens and you have to figure out how to live after it. For Clementine West, that means burying her head in her work as a book publicist, being practical, and forgetting the silly things her beloved Aunt Annalie taught her, like living wide and chasing the moon. Clementine would rather stay grounded and keep her heart safe. For the last 6 months, she's done just that. But when she moves into her late aunt's apartment and finds a strange man standing in the kitchen, a man with kind eyes, a southern drawl, and a taste for lemon pies, her well-laid plans begin to fall apart, because he's the type of man who, before it all, she would have fallen head over heels for, and she still might, except he exists in the past, 7 years in the past to be exact, and she, quite literally, lives 7 years in his future. Her aunt always said the apartment was a pinch in time, a place where moments blended like watercolors. She also said that love is never a matter of time, but a matter of timing, and Clementine fears she may just be 7 years too late. I don't know if she would have fallen for this man previously.
I don't think so. I think I was thinking about that this morning, and I think that's kind of the whole idea of the book.
Yeah. Yeah. This blurb feels inaccurate.
Yeah. As they all do.
Yeah.
So I was just Googling how to pronounce this man's name. And I think it's Ewan, which is what I was
shit.
Originally. Well, there's that's the bastardized, Americanized version.
Yeah.
There's a Welsh version that there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce. Let's see. Ewan.
That's how I read it.
Hang on. There's also Yvonne. I guess let's go with Ewan.
Well, that's a relief because that's how I read it the entirety of the book. Although
Ewan. Okay.
Great.
Ewan. Okay, shut up. Ewan. Okay. I told you I feel crazy.
Katey ran 5 miles this morning for some ungodly reason.
I don't know. I ran a 5K and then I was like, why not just keep going? And now my legs hurt. Okay. Anyway, so Clementine is our lead character, which I adore. Ashley Poston, great at place, great at character names.
Yes. Florence and then Clementine, great follow-up.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. So Clementine is a book publicist in New York City at a small press that mostly does travel guides.
Mm-hmm. It's travel guides and cookbooks and some nonfiction things. It's a smaller one.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're specialty is travel guides.
Right.
Her aunt has just died. Trigger warning for suicide in this episode before we get too much further. It doesn't come up until later on in the book, and I don't think we're really going to talk about it, but
just in case.
Yeah. But we do find out later on in the book that that's how she died, but not until like more than halfway through.
Yes, which was a surprise for me. I just assumed she was an old lady.
An old lady, yeah. And I don't know if we ever find out. We know that she's older.
We find out like kind of right before that she's in like her late 50s, early 60s. She's not that old.
Yeah.
Like she's older, but kind of like close to her parents' age, I guess, which like makes sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Yeah, because the aunt is her mom's sister. Mm-hmm. And yeah, in my, like, until that was kind of revealed, in my mind, she was like 90.
I know, which I don't know why I thought that. I guess maybe it was coming off of Mrs. Nash's Ashes, where it's like old lady in an apartment.
Right.
Very old.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same thing though. And I think it's because of like maybe how she's described is like she has like old lady vibes.
She does have big old lady vibes. She's got this blue wingback chair. She's got like this feathered robe that they'd call like the murder robe or something, which I love. I want a murder robe. Yeah, like her apartment feels like very funky old lady. But then she's also got like a Jeff Goldblum pillow and Dolly Parton candles.
Yeah.
Which is just who I want to be as an old lady.
Absolutely.
We're well on our way getting there.
Yes. I do have the sequin pillow that's Jeff Goldblum. I picture it being like my McDreamy one that Ryan got me.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you have that.
It's like one of those sequin ones that when you like where you like brush the sequins one way, it's just plain gold, and you brush it the other way and it reveals.
Yes. It is
Patrick Dempsey's face.
Yeah, it is exactly that one. Yeah. Just with
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. So Clementine's aunt has just died, and she has inherited her like seems like a very old school, old New York building apartment.
With multiple rooms.
Big. I'm picturing it being like that one girl that we follow on Instagram, Hattie Culp or whatever. Yes. I'm picturing it being an apartment like that.
Oh my God.
I know.
The only way I would live in New York.
Yep. I'm obsessed with that apartment. And we learn like first sort of scene of the book, really, that allegedly this apartment is magical.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But Clementine is like, that's just a story that like adults tell kids. Like, it doesn't really send you back 7 years in time when it feels like it wants to.
Yeah.
And so, of course, we know where this book is going from the outset.
Yes.
And I don't know how I was picturing this time travel aspect working in the book, but it wasn't like this.
I honestly did not spend a lot of time thinking about it before I got into the book because I knew if I did, I would frustrate myself. So
yeah, you can't really think too much about the mechanics of time travel.
And then later on in the book, I did frustrate myself because I spent more than a couple minutes thinking about it. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those, you got to go into it and know this is not logical and like none of this makes any sense and you just got to go with it, I guess.
Yeah, so, this is not a sci-fi book. This is magical realism.
I just kept thinking about like every time travel like Avengers movie where it's like somebody goes back in time and everything is shit. And I was like, yeah. It's like in Harry Potter when they time travel and like everything's fine. Almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is one that you don't have to, that, you know, the number one rule of time travel is that you shouldn't change anything when you go back in time. But that's not really a problem in this book.
Yeah, they don't even like talk about it.
Maybe it's because it's contained within the apartment only. Maybe. So how much can you really affect?
Well, my biggest question, spoiler alert, but you know, whatever, you're here, is at the end when we get it fades to black, but when her aunt walks in.
Yeah.
That's where my biggest question was of like, could Clementine have like said something to prevent what happens? Like, did she want to? I don't know. Like, I just have a big question about that. Or, right. You know, we don't see like that conversation or that moment. At first, I thought it was going to be her younger self walking into the apartment, which I was like, what happens then?
Yeah.
Which, like, that's crazy. But if that had happened, then older Clementine would know about the apartment. And this is where my brain starts to break. So.
Yeah, because then there's also the fact that apparently Ewan, our male lead, knew about this the whole time. And is just, like, cool with it.
He, like, figures it out.
Yeah.
I think after Clementine's like third time going back to the apartment.
Yeah.
She goes back a total of 4 times to meet young Ewan. And I think it's after the third time where he's like trying to take her out of the apartment and he just like disappears.
Yeah.
And so does she. And
then when they see each other again, he's like, well, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah. He's like, are you real? And she's like, yeah, so this apartment does this thing. Isn't that wild? And he just like accepts it.
Yeah. He's just like very cool about it.
Yeah. So, okay, now I'm starting to, okay, let's go in order now.
We can't spend too much time about the mechanics of the time travel.
Don't think about the time travel.
The only rule that is relevant in this book about the time travel is that the idea is that the apartment sends you back in time 7 years when you are in need of its magic in your life, more or less.
I think at some point they say, like, when you're both at a crossroads for, like, whoever's in the apartment 7 years ago and whoever lives there now, when you're both at this moment where
your life is changing in some way or something.
Yeah.
Or you need your life to change in some way.
Right. So the book starts where Clementine has inherited this apartment. She's been slowly moving into it. It's very painful because it obviously looks like her aunt's apartment still. And the book really starts where she is having lunch at this very fancy restaurant with her 2 friends, Drew and Fiona, who also work at the publishing house.
Yeah.
And they're trying to woo this hot new chef to come write a cookbook for them. Clementine rushes out, literally runs into a man who is a chef and knocks a dessert out of his hands. They catch it.
A deconstructed lemon pie.
A deconstructed lemon pie. Which, sure, whatever.
Sounds delicious.
I mean, I would eat it, but
I'll eat any version of a lemon pie.
Same. And he kind of like looks at her like he knows her. She doesn't know him, but, you know, she leaves. She goes back to work. She also finds out she's about to get this big giant promotion because her boss is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So she's about to become director of publicity or something like that.
Yeah.
So she's at a crossroads.
She's grieving her aunt. She's about to get a promotion. She's going through a breakup, but it's like a low-key breakup. Like they were together like 3 months.
And she didn't
really like him.
No, it didn't seem like it. So they break up.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, honestly. Yeah. It's just like so inconsequential.
The only reason I remembered it is because I was literally just reading that like yesterday because I've been trying to, because I read this book back in June when it came out and you read it this week. And so I've been trying to like speed through it and I only got like 60% of the way through.
Yeah.
But so I read the first part of the book like within the last 24 hours. So one day she goes home to her apartment and surprise, it has slipped her back in time. She is napping on the couch or sleeping on the couch. She's asleep on the couch for some reason.
Shit, now I have a question about that, but I'm not going to think about it. Where it's like she goes to her apartment. It looks like how it is when she's like moved into it. Oh, no. No, you're right. She just didn't notice?
It must have been really dark or something.
Yeah, and she just collapsed on the couch.
Yeah, she just like lays on the couch and is like asleep. And I guess Ewan isn't there. Like maybe he's out getting groceries or I don't know.
Yeah.
And so he like shakes her awake and her only defense is this Jeff Goldblum pillow.
Yes.
And she's like weirdly very cool about it. Like she freaks out for like a few minutes, but then she's just like, oh, the apartment's doing the thing.
Yeah. I guess she accepts it.
Yeah. And so like he explains that like he's subleasing the apartment from her aunt while her aunt is like traveling around Europe. And we learn that it's like like the summer after Clementine graduated college and they're doing this big Europe trip. And so 7 years ago, Clementine is in Europe.
Yes.
With the aunt. And Ewan is in the apartment.
But Ewan also knows about Clementine because the aunt warned him that Clementine might come.
Right.
Knowing about this magical apartment, I guess.
Yeah.
And just assuming.
Right. And so Ewan's cool about it because he was like, yeah, like your aunt told me you might show up. And Clementine's like, you can't stay here. And he's also very cool about that. He was like, look, this is your aunt's place. Like, I'm not.
He's more chill about it than I would be.
Yeah. And then he like comes back to get his toothbrush and she's like, actually, you can stay. But like, I also have to stay here. My apartment is infested with pigeons.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. She makes up some excuse for why she can't go home.
Yeah.
And so they spend a weekend together in this apartment, and he is just charming the pants off of her.
Mm-hmm. He's like 25. He's moving to New York to become a chef, but first he's got to be a dishwasher at this very fancy restaurant that he went to as a kid with his grandpa that inspired him to be a chef. So we get some very chef moments in this book, which are funny. Like, my dad went to CIA, which is where he went. He obviously works in a restaurant. My fiance works in restaurants. It's like very weird.
Yeah.
At times. But also, this man in this book was Jeremy Allen White for me.
For sure.
Who is very hot.
Yeah, hot and tattooed.
Hot and tattooed, kind of douchey line cook energy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does work.
Yeah. Yeah. Ewan is nicer than Jeremy Allen White, for sure.
Yes.
Nicer than
Jeremy Allen White in The
character.
Bear.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Nicer than Carmy. Jeremy Allen White could be very pleasant. We have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeremy, come on the pod.
We fucking pass away. Ewan has a tattoo of a whisk behind his ear, which I find very cute.
I thought it was so stupid.
It's stupid, but it's like in real life, I wouldn't think that was actually cute. But in the book, I'm like, okay, fine.
It does have an explanation later where I'm like, oh, okay, they know it's a stupid tattoo. Great. Yeah. I thought it was one of those where it was like serious, like Miles' tattoos and My Killer Vacation with the skull on fire. I'll never forget. He does have other very good tattoos. I had a note when I was reading it where it was like, bundle of herbs tattoo, good.
Yeah.
Whisk tattoo, bad.
Yeah. it's like cilantro and other herbs, which is really cute.
I know. I love that one.
Yeah.
I love cilantro. So, I like the idea of a bundle of herbs being your chefy tattoo without being too chefy. He does also have a butcher knife tattoo, which is required of every chef.
Yeah. Yeah. I love like a food tattoo like that. That's funny.
What would your food tattoo be?
I don't know.
If I had to go
It would be a packet of Shin Ramen.
I was going to say. Or a soft serve ice cream cone.
Soft serve ice. I do like an ice cream cone.
I know.
I considered when Austin Tattoo Company was doing the 4th of July tattoos, they had a hot dog one
I know.
that I liked.
The hot dog is funny. I can't feasibly put a hot dog on my body and leave it there, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to go somewhere no one would ever see it.
Sonic mozzarella sticks.
Don't even get me started.
I know.
Don't bring me back.
Katie had a traumatic experience with mozzarella sticks in Kansas City.
They were empty.
That's what happened. It's not even a good story. They were just empty.
Yeah, it's not worth reliving. But there was not cheese in my mozzarella sticks.
It's just stick.
It was just stick. It was really upsetting. And when we told Austin, he just goes, "How does that even happen?" I was like, "Exactly."
I know. We had a lot of questions. It just evaporated.
The physics of it doesn't make any sense to me.
Just evaporated into the fryer oil at the Sonic.
Anyway, whatever. I don't know what my food tattoo would be. I'm trying. Like, the things that I eat the most are like not very cute. Mm-hmm. Like my first thought was like a peanut butter sandwich, but that's not like a cute tattoo.
I know. You could get tomato tattoos.
I do love a tomato.
And you grow tomatoes.
And we grow tomatoes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like some kind of hot pepper.
That'd be a good one.
Or I really do. I mean, I like herbs. I like basil.
Mm-hmm.
I eat a lot of basil.
Yeah, I do very much like the idea of an herb tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna think on that.
Lavender. Is that food enough? It's edible?
It's edible. That can count, sure.
Yeah. Because lavender is probably
the
thing that I consume that I get the most joy out of.
Ugh.
I know I really like lavender. I know you don't.
No, too floral.
Yeah. Anyway.
He makes her fajitas.
He makes her very good fajitas. And it's just all very lovely. Like, they just have this really lovely
at-home date
of
sorts.
Yeah. And then basically the same thing the next night, except they make a frozen pizza and then he makes lemon pie.
Fuck, I love a lemon pie.
Me too. It's all I can think about now.
We should have got a lemon pie.
I know.
One of those Marie Callender, like, frozen pies for breakfast.
Fuck, that sounds so good.
I know. We're doing a breakfast recording.
I love those stupid Marie Callender pies. Yeah, so they have frozen pizza, lemon pie, and they make out at the kitchen table over the lemon pie, which I had a lot of questions about the mechanics of the kissing over the table.
It's really hard to kiss somebody over a table.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable.
I'm picturing it being like a really small, like 2-seater table.
Yeah. Very Archie
Not like
comics.
a full like dinner table.
Yeah. Like a bistro set.
Like a bistro set, exactly. That's exactly what I was picturing it being.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's the only way this works.
All right, we're gonna say that's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, they kiss and Clementine's like, fuck.
I would also like to point out it is exactly 1/3 into the book.
Yep, 33% of the way through.
Yep.
Which is very early.
I know. I thought it was gonna be longer.
Yeah. But because this, technically this is sort of a dual timeline book.
You're right.
So
I didn't think about it that way, but you are absolutely right. We just have...
It just feels like one timeline.
Yeah. So they kiss. Clementine's like, fuck, because her aunt had the rule of...
Two rules.
Take
Take off your shoes.
And
And don't fall in love in the apartment.
because Aunt Annalie had the same thing happen to her with a woman named Vera who lived in the apartment, and they got to know each other over the years of going back and forth, and they like fell in love, but it didn't work out, and it's kind of like sketchy. It's not sketchy. That's the wrong word.
Well, they tried to meet up in the real world 7 years later or whatever. And this was the other thing that reminded me of Mrs. Nash's Ashes because they were in love, but one of them Vera wanted babies and a normal life.
Yes.
And Annalie wanted to travel the world and adventure.
Yes.
Which was also very similar to
Mrs.
Nash's Ashes.
Yes. You're right. Yeah. So lifestyles that were not super compatible, basically, which is sad, but realistic.
Yeah. So then Clementine goes back into because when she leaves the apartment, she's in her normal everyday life. So she can still go to work and shit. But then when she goes back to the apartment, she goes back in time. This time she moves forward in time and stays there for like 2 months or something.
Yeah. It's like
a while.
Yeah.
And so they're courting this fancy chef for this cookbook, as we talked about earlier. Come to find out, it's Ewan.
Yes. Who goes by his full name, James Ashton, which is definitely like a chef name.
For sure. Ewan is his middle name. We find out later. He's like, my friends call me that, but I go by like my actual name professionally.
I always have questions about people who have like a professional name. Like, is it confusing? Like Emma Stone is Emily. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't know. I guess it's like having a nickname though.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, it's him. So they do this they do this proposal to get him to like pick their publishing house for his cookbook because it's a hot commodity. He's about to open this fancy new restaurant. He's a hot chef. Everyone talks about how handsome he is.
Yeah, both hot in terms of up and coming, but hot literally.
He's a hot chef.
Yeah. And so then they have this meeting that he's at, and he recognizes her instantly. Like there's this moment where their eyes meet, and Clementine's like, fuck, of course he remembers me.
Yeah.
And he's like not himself. Like the restaurant world has ruined him. Yeah, basically.
He's become a hardened head chef.
Exactly. Where he's like talking about all these different like super fancy recipes, whereas he was telling Clementine like food is about connection and it can be really simple, and like even a peanut butter sandwich can be a perfect meal because it's the memories connected to it that are important, not the food itself. And then he's at this meeting like, I have this sauce that I worked on for 3 days to put on a cut of steak. And so it's like Clementine's like, what happened to him? Like, this isn't him. And then at the end of the meeting, he's like under his breath, like, nice to see you again, Lemon. And so it's like proof that he remembered her. And she's just like a little Twitter-pated.
Yeah. Ooh, I haven't heard that word in a while. That's a good one.
Yeah, I know. It came out of me. But then he passes on them as a publisher, and Clementine's like, it's probably because of me. We find out that it is because of her. she like runs into his restaurant and like runs back into the kitchen.
Horrifying.
It's a very stressful scene.
Oh my God. But it works.
Yeah.
She gets there, I guess.
And he's like, do you really think it's a good idea, us working together? And Clementine like delivers this speech because she traveled back in time another time. Mm-hmm. And had a conversation with him where he was like, working in a kitchen is all about connection.
Yes.
And then they make out again. And she moves forward in time and goes to find him in real life and is like, remember what you said to me about connection 7 years ago, a.k.a. a few hours ago?
Yes, that's right. Yes. And so he's like, okay. And he gives them another chance. But this is a weird book publishing.
This is so bananas.
Where they want all of the publishers who are like bidding on this book to go cook.
Yeah.
With him.
To have a cooking class because he wants to see how the publishing teams interact with each other.
You know what? I don't get it. And also, this is kind of my worst nightmare. I'm not a good cook. I have no knife skills.
I also have no knife skills. I'm the kind of good cook where I can like open the pantry and be like, I can make something out of this.
I'm good with leftovers doing that.
Yeah, you really are.
I made some very good quesadillas a couple days ago with some Chewy's leftovers and some black beans that I scrounged up. So
nice.
I am low effort and impatient.
Yeah. I'm not as good at like following a recipe. I get impatient and distracted and bored.
Yes. I don't find the joy in cooking like a lot of people do.
Me neither. It is a means to an end.
It is truly a chore.
I like having cooked something. Like, I like when I do a good job and it's really good. And I'm like, yeah, that feels good. But I don't like the process of doing it.
Yeah. And now that I think about it, what do I enjoy the process of? Not a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm not a very patient person.
I prefer baking to cooking.
I do too. But I also like eating baked goods more than I like eating a plate of pasta or something I cooked.
Right.
So.
Yeah. This is around the time in the book that we learn that the Ashley Poston cinematic universe exists.
My God, was this jarring?
At first, it happens very simply where there's like a reference about an Ann Nichols book, which Ann Nichols is the author for which Florence in The Dead Romantics was the ghostwriter. Mm-hmm. And so that one, I was like, oh, fun. That's fun.
Yes. Ann Nichols, who's dead, right?
Yeah.
But I guess still publishing.
Yeah.
Which, sure.
I don't know. Don't read into that one too much. And then at one point, the friends talk about Benji without naming him. Mm-hmm. And they're like, ooh, he's really hot. And Clementine's like, he has a fiance. Like, I can't date him.
Oh, yeah.
And then he shows up at this fucking cooking contest.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yes. It's like almost too much. Like they interact directly with each other, which I don't know. Like it wasn't bad, but it felt weird.
Yeah. Like I love the little asides, but having actual Benji show up, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I know. It was like, I didn't like hate it, but yeah, it feels weird. Mm-hmm. It's like almost, it's not like the middle point of having like a full cinematic universe where, you know, like the Well Met series where it's like,
the characters cross over.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't, like, fully like that. But Benji makes, like, a couple appearances and, like, talks to our main characters in this one. And it's a little strange.
Yeah. I can't
he's, like, a real person at this point. We know him as a ghost, mostly.
Exactly, yeah. It's, like, weird to picture just, like, normal Benji going about his day-to-day life, not in a coma.
Also, he references his coma.
Yeah.
Where he's, like, he says something like, I don't remember what had happened that elicited this response, but he says something like, oh, I haven't been that surprised since a car knocked the spirit out of me or whatever. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Don't say that in front of people. It was weird.
It was weird. Yeah. It was kind of a lot. I didn't hate it. You know, me, noted Benji and/or fan.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a little off-putting.
A little bit.
But it did have me kind of kicking my little feet of like, oh, they all live in the same world. That's cute. Wow.
I just like forgot they live in New York because we spend all of Dead Romantics in South Carolina.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, they live here.
Right.
Weird.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah. So then after the cooking class, Clementine and Ewan have like a interaction, and they go to a fajita truck, which is the fajita truck that Ewan urged his friend to open, the friend that he got the fajita recipe from, that he made the fajitas with.
Yes.
That first night.
Yes.
It's all very meta.
Yeah. The fajitas are great.
Yeah.
Obviously. They kind of like have dinner with his friends because they get there like as it's closing. So
they have like fajitas and beer. It's a really nice little scene.
But then Ewan's friend drops that he was like pining for Clementine.
Yeah.
And James/Ewan had introduced her as Lemon, which weird.
Yeah.
But it's like I get the nickname and like it's very funny, but it would be very strange if somebody came up to me and was like, "This is my friend Lemon."
I know, I'd be like, "You're what?"
There's like a very one-off joke in an early episode of Gilmore Girls where she's like meeting a bunch of kids at Chilton and one of them's like, "My name's Lem," and she's like,
"Oh yeah,
what is that short for? Lemon?" It's like, and I was like, "Oh, it's that girl." It's Lemon from Gilmore Girls.
I forgot about that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love this fajita scene. Might be my favorite of the book. It was just like like the friends, the two characters who own the food truck together are very sweet and like a fun sort of like addition to this little world that they're building. And I just really liked this part.
We also get a major development in that we know now that Ewan knows the apartment is magical, which we didn't know at this point. Which was a huge relief to me. I was very worried the conflict was going to be her trying to explain about this magical apartment and him being like, "Well, I don't believe you."
Right, you're crazy. Yeah.
Which I'm so glad we didn't have to do because I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we learn that he knows about it in modern day. He doesn't know about it yet
in the
past.
This book is harder to talk about than I thought.
It's really hard to talk about. The good thing is if you're listening to this, I'm assuming you've read the book, so hopefully our shitty job of explaining it is not getting in the way.
I'll say I did not get as lost as I thought I would in the book.
It
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense within the world of the book, but then when you try to explain it, you sound crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we learned that they almost kiss at the subway station, but he's like, "You're off limits." And she's like, "Yeah, you're right." Because they're about to work together. And it would be bad for both of their reputations if they were making out in front of the train. So. Yeah,
because he's like so famous that he's like getting photographed and stuff. Like he's like recognizable.
He's like hot young Gordon Ramsay, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So then she goes back to the apartment and she remains back in time. And they do it.
They do it.
So I had an ethical dilemma reading this part because going from hanging out, it almost feels like cheating even though it's not.
Yeah.
Because she's just gone on a date-ish with current day Ewan. And then she goes home and bangs 7 years ago Ewan. And they're the same. But I was like, this all feels, you don't feel weird about this? Because I feel weird about this.
I didn't think about it too hard until they talk about it afterward. And then I was like, because it's also like, if you work backwards, present day Ewan knows that they bang at some point.
And has already slept with her.
Yeah. And at that, he also knows that she hasn't banged past him yet, because at the truck, she says, we only kissed a couple times.
Right.
And he gets this look on his face like, no.
Nope.
We did other things.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Obviously, they have to bang at some point. And so, like,
it's weird when you think about it too hard, but the theme of this book is don't think about it too hard.
Don't think about it. Yeah. Please don't think about it.
But yeah, I was just like, I think if it were me in this situation, I would feel weirdly like I was cheating.
Yeah. My ethical dilemma with it is you are going back in time and you have a lot more information than this other person does.
Yes. Also that. And that feels like a weird consent thing.
That does feel like a weird consent thing.
Yeah.
But also present day.
He's clearly fine with it.
Yeah. So it's like, we're supposed to be fine with it too?
I don't know. Yeah. We got to move on.
They bang. That's the important
They do it. It's lovely. Whatever.
But after they have this like romantic night and morning together, Ewan is like, let's go do something. And Clementine's like, well, fuck, I can't leave the apartment. But she, like, can't explain that to him. So she kind of has to, like, go along with it. And as he's trying to, like, pull her out of the apartment, he disappears. And she's suddenly back in the present day apartment. So it's like, presumably that's how he figures out that this apartment is weird.
Right. Because, yeah, then the next, like we talked about earlier, the next time they see each other, he's like, okay, so
he sees...
Do you exist?
Yeah. So, yeah, when she goes back in the past the next time, he's like, what the fuck? Are you a ghost or whatever?
Mm-hmm. But she's like, kinda, I guess.
Hold on. Siri went off. So the next day in the present timeline, Clementine leaves the apartment and meets up with her friends, and they go to the fajita truck.
Yeah. She's like, wow, I found this new place.
Whoa, isn't that cool? And then she does tell them that she had dinner with him the night before there, and they're kind of like, what?
And they knew that they caught her stalking his Instagram.
Yes.
Shortly before. So they're like, ooh, Clementine has a crush on the hot chef.
Which, yes.
Yeah.
But she also sees Ewan there, and he's like sitting behind the truck, and he's hungover and she's hungover. And he sees a hickey on her neck. This is very funny to me. And he's like, oh, you have a hot date afterward? And she's like, she just like looks at him.
And he's like, oh,
you did with me.
That scene was weirdly hot. Like that moment where their eyes sort of connect and they're both like thinking about it. Like that was, I read that and I was like, whoo.
Yeah. Yeah. It was weird, but it was very hot and romantic.
Yeah.
So, yeah. God, my brain is still broken of consent ethical dilemmas.
I didn't expect us to have such a hard time talking about this book.
I didn't either. But here we are.
Here we are.
So now we get into kind of more of this stuff with her aunt, and Clementine has gotten this letter in the mail from Vera, the woman who Annalee had fallen in love with, who used to live in the apartment. And presumably Vera doesn't know that Annalee has passed away. This is also about when we find out that Annalee committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So Clementine decides to go see Vera and kind of drop the letter back off. She doesn't open it and, tell Vera, like, hey, she's passed away and etc. And what do we find out?
Yeah, she's like, wow, there's some photos of some guy in Vera's apartment, and he looks awful familiar.
Who do you think it is?
Yeah, and so she's Ewan's mom, and that is how he got linked up with Annalee's apartment to sublet in the first place.
Yes. We didn't really know that, like, Vera and Annalee were still, like, talking and connected as friends.
Yeah.
In the present / past.
Mm-hmm.
But, they were exchanging letters and things like that. Like, they were still, like, good friends.
Mm-hmm.
They just weren't romantically involved anymore.
Yes, yeah.
So, yes, that's how Ewan came to the apartment. I'm sure you clocked it, but immediately when Clementine walks in, she's like, do you want coffee? My son makes excellent coffee. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. And of course. That's kind of Ewan's thing whenever he's always like up before her or whatever and like leaves a little note that's like, the coffee's hot.
Mm-hmm. Which, wow, what a dream.
What a dream.
I'm the one that makes the coffee in my house.
Well, you wake up first.
I do. So that's
Ryan doesn't drink coffee.
I know, which is still so weird to me.
I know. Can you imagine him caffeinated though?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to.
It's for all of our own good.
It's for the betterment of this household.
Yes, exactly. That he's not caffeinated. So then, not too long after that, James / Ewan's new restaurant opens, and it's like pretentious as hell. It's like, I picture it being, since we're talking about the bear, I picture it being like that restaurant on the bear where it's like, how far are you in the second season?
Like halfway, maybe.
Have you gotten to the cousin, the episode about the cousin? The one with the Taylor Swift scene in it?
Yes.
Yeah. I picture it being like that restaurant.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this, like super, just like everything is made into some sort of like foam, like, which I like a nice restaurant and I like an experimental restaurant, but there's a line.
Have you ever done like a 14-course, like Michelin star sort of restaurant?
I mean, I've done like you know, like the like chef's tasting menus at nicer restaurants, like small plate restaurants.
Yeah.
And some of them are kind of funky and weird. Like, you know, at Barley Swine, they have those like shiitake dumpling mushrooms or shiitake mushroom dumplings, which are like experimental and weird as hell. And they're like in scrambled eggs, but they're like so good. So like, I've done some stuff like that, but it hasn't really veered into like the super weird.
Yes.
Like this.
Okay. So I have done where it very much where it has crossed the line into pretentious 3 times. Twice at March, which is where Austin used to work, and it's in Houston, and it's very nice. But it's like a tasting menu restaurant. And then when we went to DC and we went to Jaunt, which was a fucking 14-course meal, and I thought I was gonna die. I threw up later that night because I ate so much. Also, I was like violently hungover that day, so it was not a good time. Yeah. But it's like, I've had this conversation, I think, probably with you, but I've definitely had it with Austin, where it's like, I really like going to a nice restaurant and like having a long meal, but it's like, I want to have some sort of understanding of what I'm eating. Right. And when you go to restaurants like that, like it is an experience and you have to kind of like be all into it, but it's also like you have to listen and you have no concept of like what the food is. Right. Like at Jaunt, one of the courses was like abalone. And it's like, I've never eaten that before. Like I have no concept of what this is except that it's a shellfish or, you know, whatever. Same thing at like March, where it was like focused on a region and like, I don't know this food very well. Right. And so it's like almost like I can't name things that I ate at that meal because it's like you don't remember what they were because they're so complicated. And like, yeah, it's a good meal, but like they're never the meals I have the most fun at. Right. And there's a difference between stuff like that and stuff like, you know, I was just talking about the shiitake mushroom dumplings. Like, I know what a shiitake mushroom is. Like, it's like, and even the stuff that like I don't know what it is, they generally do a good enough job of explaining it where it's like, oh, it's kind of like tuna or whatever. Yeah. Or like it's this type of fish. And I'm like, okay, like I don't really know what that is, but I can like take what you're saying and then take what I'm looking at on the plate and it makes sense to me. Yes. Yeah, I've definitely had the conversation where it's like, I'd much rather just like go to a really nice like Italian restaurant or like French restaurant or like a steakhouse or whatever, where it's like, I have a concept of what a good version of this is and what a bad version of this is. And I can appreciate that this is the good version. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. So this was the 14-course like tasting menu. There's like, hold on, I'm going to find it. Yeah, find some examples of what the food is. Okay. So all of the publishers are at the soft opening for Ewan's restaurant. And so it's definitely like a bunch of plates that are all kind of like 1 to 2 bites sort of thing. So like the first one is like a fish soup, black bass and flower blossoms, trout liver with fresh apples and fatty caramelized butter. I didn't know trouts had livers. Duck ragu, that I can understand. Amaranth toast with smoked roe and tartar sauce. Sounds great. I like roe and tartar sauce. A single cornbread hush puppy with a smoky yolk and knobs of pickled corn. Yeah, this is where you start to lose me. Pig's blood flatbread. Yep. I'll eat it. Don't understand it. Yogurt with marshmallows. This just reminded me I know what that is.
Yeah. I know what yogurt is and I know what marshmallows are.
Yeah.
But it did just remind me of those like yogurt cups you get at the grocery store that sound like really fucking disgusting where you put like M&Ms on top of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ice cream with caramel drizzle. So it gets very simple at the end. But and finally, there was a whisk of lemon-flavored meringue on a crumbly graham cracker. Supposed to be his new rendition of a lemon pie, but as I ate it, all I could think about was the dessert Ewan and I shared at my aunt's kitchen table. Yeah. So it's like food without the like heart and soul that she knows of him of 7 years ago. Right, which is all fine and good, except she's like, this is not who you are as a person, or this is not who I understand you to be. Like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, where did all of this go? And which is basically what she says to him. Yes. After the fact. Yes. So she's like, she goes to the restroom and he's there and he can tell she doesn't like it. Like, the restaurant itself is like very white and like, she puts it in a good way where she's like, it's so white and bright that it feels like any mistake I make, everyone can see it. Which is how I have felt in a lot of these like restaurants when I've gone with like Austin, where it's like, I feel like a fucking moron who was raised in a barn. Which like, I wasn't. Right.
Partially, yes. But I'm no moron. But it's like going to places like that, like you feel stupid. And it's like
these places that have these unspoken, unwritten rules that it seems like everyone knows but you.
Yes. And it's almost like that's the point, is they want you to feel stupid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she kind of like confronts him and is like, this isn't you. And he's kind of like, change can be good. Like, you can't hold me to a standard of who I was 7 years ago.
Which is also valid.
Yeah. They're both right.
Right. But yeah, it's stressful and it's a bummer.
So in the midst of this book kind of ongoing, one, her friends Drew and Fiona have a baby.
Yeah.
One of them goes into labor at the restaurant, which is what interrupts her and James's conversation, is that I can't remember. Oh, Fiona's the one who's pregnant.
Yeah.
They're married. Drew and Fiona are two women who are married.
Yes.
And so
Fiona's pregnant, and she goes into labor while they're at this 14-course.
Yeah. Which is a terrible place to go into labor, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So they go to the hospital. They have their baby. Everything's great. But throughout this book, Clementine has kind of realized she's not very happy at her job, even though she's been there for a long time. She started painting again. She's a very talented painter. She does watercolors. She used to paint these travel guides, and she starts doing that again. And then she realizes she doesn't want her promotion. And I kind of need us to stop reading books where people go through midlife crises with their careers and quit them.
I know.
I find it extremely stressful.
I also do. Like, I'm happy for them, but it's stressful.
Yes.
Yeah, especially, people quitting their jobs without other stuff to do, too, is just like, it's too much.
Couldn't be us.
Nope, too much.
Nope. But I'm happy for Clementine.
Yep, good for her.
And Clementine's boss is like, yeah, good for you, too. So that's nice for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, she tells her parents she quit her job. They are like, you know what, that's fine. Which, my God. Okay. Anyway, they go to this cafe.
Yeah.
But they have the conversation where she tells her parents that she quit her job. And they're like, that's fine. But again, she also owns an apartment, so...
Yeah, she's not, like, really in a dire financial situation.
Yeah, imagine owning an apartment in New York.
I know.
And what seems to be a pretty nice building.
Yeah.
So
with a really charming doorman.
I love him. He reads mysteries.
Yeah, he reads a lot of James Patterson.
Yeah, he's cute.
It's
His
really
name's
cute.
Earl.
Yeah, I love him.
But after that conversation with her parents, she goes back to the apartment, which sends her back into the past. And she sees young Ewan for the last time because he's about to leave the apartment. Yeah,
he's like done with his summer subletting or whatever.
And then we also have this confusing moment where it turns out that Ewan is the whole reason she became a book publicist.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to explain it.
Yeah. So, yeah, go. You try.
So Ewan is leaving his apartment. Or leaving the apartment to go live with his friends who later opened the fajita truck. As he is leaving the apartment, Annalie and Clementine, 22-year-old Clementine, are coming back from their European trip. 22-year-old Clementine and young Ewan end up in the same cab. As Clementine is in this cab with Ewan, she's holding her travel guides that she's been painting in, and she's like, you know what, I think it'd be cool to be a book publicist and like work with books and stuff like that. And she's talking to Ewan, and he, knowing that he has met future Clementine and she is a book publicist, says, I think you'd be great. And then she gets out and starts applying to a bunch of jobs. So there's a lot happening.
And current day Clementine has only a vague recollection of this interaction, does not know that it was Ewan.
Yes.
Like, we get sort of little hints of, like, she remembers some conversation happening in a cab. Like, that's mentioned once or twice.
Sorry, it just looked really cute.
Oso's ear is inside out.
I know. He's gonna get a sunburn.
Like, there are a couple little mentions of this, like, cab ride that she shared, but there's no, like, indication that she knows who this is until much, much later.
Which couldn't be me. I remember everything that has ever happened to me.
But would you remember the face of a...
If I saw them again.
Yeah.
Probably. I would think. I'd like to think.
Yeah, I guess for me it depends on, like, because I feel like I remember, like, people really well if I've had, like, a significant interaction.
Right,
with
like, this
them.
was such a significant interaction for her life that I would remember it.
Right.
I would think.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with names. I'm okay with faces. But this was significant enough that I would remember it, I feel like.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say because 7 years is also a really long time to remember one.
That's true, too.
Interaction.
But anyway, that's how that happened.
Yeah.
She and young Ewan, like, say goodbye before he leaves the apartment, too, and meets younger Clementine.
Yeah.
It makes sense when you're reading the book, we swear.
Exactly.
And as she's in the apartment in the past, she decides she's going to sell it, which is really crazy to me. That's not where I expected this to go.
Right. But she's sort of like, well, I don't have a job. I could use the money. And it's, like, really hard to be here. So, which is, like, bananas to think about, but makes sense, like, emotionally.
Yes. Yes, it does. But
And financially.
Yeah. How much does this apartment go for? Probably a lot of money.
Probably a lot.
It's got multiple rooms.
Yeah.
It's not a studio.
Yeah. And so this is the point when her aunt comes in. That's a very confusing interaction.
We don't even see the interaction. We just, like, see her walking
Right.
in. I have so many questions.
Yeah. We know nothing about what or how any of this went down.
And, like, does Clementine just enter this universe, like, knowing the rules of time travel of, like, you can't change anything? Like, because she also could have...
Everyone knows the rules of time travel.
I guess. But, like, I was also thinking of it when she has the final conversation with Ewan where she's like, I think it's going to work out for you. Like, she could have told him, like, hey, you're going to be famous and, like, the best chef ever or whatever. And could she, like, I don't know. That takes a lot of self-control.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. I'll tell anyone anything.
Yep.
Good for Clementine. We shouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely not. So her and her aunt presumably have some sort of conversation that we don't find out about.
Yeah. Also, like, how do you leave that apartment after she walks in?
I know.
How long did she stay?
I don't know. Like, knowing what we know, I guess, about her aunt's character, I imagine they have a very closure type conversation. And I could picture her aunt being the type to be like, okay, now you have to go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We can't do this forever.
Yeah.
That's
very,
true.
Very Barbie movie coded.
Oh. Ow.
Sorry.
Fuck. Rip my heart out.
Sorry. That just came to me.
Please talk to us about the Barbie movie.
Yeah, God. So one of the things that we learn earlier in the book is that Clementine goes to the Met on her birthday every year.
I love this.
Yeah, just to look at paintings.
Van Gogh specifically. So, unsurprisingly, Clementine's birthday rolls around. She's at the Met, and Ewan shows up because he knows where to find her. Yep.
And he takes her back to his restaurant, and he's changed it all around.
What the fuck?
I know.
He's installed new chandeliers. He's got different paint on the walls. It's less white. I think they even, like, maybe mentioned they swapped out, like, tables and, like, chairs.
Yeah, it's, like, all cozier.
That takes a lot of work. And it's, like, days in between the soft opening. And, like, shouldn't he be, like, finalizing a menu or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a lot of questions about that, too, because that's wild. Also, how much money does he have?
Yeah, presumably a lot. Or I bet he has big fat investors.
I know. Who are his big fat investors?
And I imagine...
Gordon Ramsay.
I imagine his star power is also such that he could be like, we can change all of this around and get it done in 3 days or whatever. You know, like, it doesn't logically make a lot of sense, but, you know, famous rich people can do a lot of things that don't logically make sense.
Silly rich people.
Yep. And then they get back together, happily ever after, sell the apartment.
Yep. It's nice.
It's nice.
This is a good little, like, quick read, too.
Yeah, it's also, as I was rereading it, I was thinking it's a good summer melancholy kind of read because I don't know about you, but I am fucking not feeling it anymore this summer.
I'm fucking struggling.
Yeah.
It's hard. You know, I was telling somebody that last summer I had a really hard time because it felt like I was the only one having a hard time. This year, everyone's having a hard time, and that has made it slightly easier, but...
Well, because we're on like day 40 or whatever of 100-degree temperatures.
We're fucking struggling. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, like yesterday Ryan was like, let's like go on a date. And I'm like, I don't, like that sounds lovely, but I don't want to fucking leave the house. Yeah. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah. I'm having a rough time.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm like angry. I've reached the anger point of the summer.
I have too. Like it's suffocating.
Yeah.
And it's like, it feels never ending. And
it feels like this is one of, you know, we've both lived in Texas our entire lives. And this is one of the worst summers that I can remember, or at least I feel like I just can't remember the last time. Every time I went outside, I felt like my skin was on fire. Mm-hmm. Like it's just not livable. Anyway, so this was a good book for that because I'm feeling very melancholy, and this book was very melancholy.
Every time they mention it rained in the book, which like it's not very often, it's like a couple times.
Like, imagine that. Yeah, like that one day last week that it rained for like 30 seconds. I was like, I thought I was going to cry.
I know, which is how I felt last summer too. I think Madeline said like, this is a summer that's breaking me. Yeah. And I was like, I get it.
I know. Literally yesterday, I was like, let's move. I can't do this anymore. I can't live here anymore.
I know. It's tough.
Yeah.
We're having a hard time. And every year, I think, not very kindly, but I think of the people who live here because they want to go outside year round. And I was like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
You didn't know.
And like,
this is the trade-off.
Yep. This is how it is.
Like, sure, I'm sure winters in like fucking Montana or whatever are terrible, but is it worse than this? Well, what are you reading right now?
I'm doing a book lovers reread because
nice.
I can't commit. All of my books are packed up.
Nice.
Because we're doing a vaguely slow move. It'll be done within a week, which is like, feels like the perfect amount of time.
Yes.
It's like not fun, but at least it's not going to last that long. So I need something that's on my Kindle, and also need a comfort read because holy shit, it's been a very like lots of really good things this summer, but like consecutively to make it stressful.
A lot of things. Yeah.
A lot of things. So book lovers reread.
Nice.
What are you reading? What fantasy novel are you on?
I am now on the Throne of Glass series, starting with Throne of Glass.
Great.
That I'm about 50 pages into. So can't tell you anything about it because I don't know. I just started it.
Yeah.
But I am also listening to Christina Lauren's The True Love Experiment, which is awesome.
Oh, I have it on my Kindle.
It's really good. You know, I know we've been a little lukewarm on the last few Christina Laurens, but this one feels
a little bit more classic Christina Lauren. Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's really cute, and it's about a romance author. It's dual perspective. It's about a romance author and then a guy who is like a documentary producer, and he gets assigned he does like climate change documentaries, but he gets assigned a dating show, and he casts her as the lead.
Interesting.
And then, of course, they fall for each other. But it's really, like, them falling, it's really lovely.
Ooh, I keep forgetting that I have the arc for it. And I haven't, like, it's downloaded. I just, like, keep forgetting. I really need to organize my Kindle.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really liking it, mainly because they fall for each other pretty early. It's not sort of like, oh, they're avoiding it.
Yeah.
And not talking about, like, they talk about it from, like, very early on in the book where they're like, hey, we're like into each other, but this is really complicated.
Yeah.
Because A, we work together, and B, you're on this show where you're supposed to be dating other people. And so most of the book, they're like already talking about and aware of their feelings for each other.
Ooh,
and it's sort of this like push and pull of what they should or shouldn't do.
Okay.
Which I'm enjoying.
I truly forgot I had that one.
Yeah. It's really good.
Okay. I'm excited then.
Yeah. My favorite new Christina Lauren in a while.
Really?
Probably since In a Holidays.
Ooh, yeah. Which we do really love In a Holidays.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm liking this one. And I started this right fucking after that Bridget Morrissey. And I was like,
God damn it.
That one fucked me up.
Did it really?
Yeah. That one was really upsetting for me.
Yeah. But did you like it?
I really liked it. I read it because we were considering doing Bridget Morrissey for this, right? So I was like, well, since Abigail's read the other one, I want the context of having read this other one also. And so that's why I finally picked it up. And I was like, fuck me.
I know. It's a fun book, though.
Yeah.
It's a cute cat.
I was like, separate it. Yeah. Separate it.
The art from the life.
This man good.
This man good.
Anyway, I know some of the listeners have already read this book. And so my friend Allie, who I know listens, said this was one of her favorites of the year. So let us know what you think about it. Yeah. Noted Ashley Poston fans.
I hope we did it vague justice trying to talk about it.
Yeah, sorry it was confusing. Jesus.
Yeah, we did not expect this to be so confusing when we talk about it.
Yeah.
But we gave it our best shot.
We did.
Hot Ghost was easier.
Hot Ghost was easier. Easier than Time Traveling Apartment.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.